I really gotta wonder why I even still watching this, because it is just so awful. I mean, we reached the second to last episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you would think by now I would learn that, it's just gonna keep getting worse, but what can I say? I know it's bad. I just want to see how it ends, and so I can really, really just, be pissed off completely. So we're on episode 5. We open on Coruscant. We see Obi-Wan is having a lightsaber training match with Anakin. And it's good to see Aiden Christensen back as Anakin Skywalker. I mean, they could have done a little more work to try and age them down a little bit, because he was kind of looked like he was pushing 30 something when he's supposed to be more in the 20s or so. But we get them, and they're having their lightsaber duel. And I must say, the lightsaber duel, while not great, is probably the best I've seen in this entire series. But it ties in that, they're going along and what's happening in regards to this, right? So anyway, last time around, as you remember, when Reva was trying to torture a 10-year-old child who she had kidnapped, she placed that tracker on the little droid thing that Leia has. I think it's Lula, it's his name. So she tracks Kenobi and them to the planet Jabim. Right, and she delivers that message to Vader, who then promotes her to Grand Inquisitor. Yay, you're one step up the ladder of higher level space Nazi. Great for you. So while on Jabim, the rebels find out, well, if you could call them rebels, because they're mostly just like, refugees trying to escape. They learn that the Empire is coming there, and they're trying to get out, but thanks to apparently it's not just that tracker that's on the droid, it also manipulates the droid into doing something, so it goes in and shuts down the some doors that they have to open in order for the ship to fly out, right? So they do that, and while that's going on now, the Empire arrives. Vader sends Reva down to get Kenobi. So the forces all come down there. The rebels have barricaded themselves inside their little stronghold. The force, all the stormtroopers and stuff come down and set up all their guns and whatnot. And they pointed at the doors. Reva comes down, walks right through there, stands there, and I mean, the people are standing right next to her. She's fire! Fire! Blast them! Fire! I'm like, Jesus Christ, woman is standing right there. They could hear you. But again, when your only character trait is angry black woman, this is what you have to be. So they're firing at the doors. She's screaming at them like a lunatic, because I don't know if she figured they can't hear her or something, standing right next to her. But anyway. So they're blasting at the doors and all of this, and then Kenobi decides he's going to try and negotiate and stall for time. So he goes over there by the door. She comes there, and they talk, and he tells her that he wants to know how she knew Vader's true identity, and then he deduces, and here they say he deduces that Reva knows that Vader is Anakin because she witnessed the massacre at the Jedi Temple. It turns out she was a youngling at the temple when he was massacring, when Anakin turned to the dark side, came in and massacred everybody else, right? She also got stabbed through the chest with a lightsaber. Apparently that doesn't kill anybody anymore. You'll find out why that's now, right? And then she played dead, and she joined up with Vader and the Inquisitors in order to get revenge on Vader, because as Kenobi puts it, she's not serving him, she's hunting him. That is the dumbest freaking plan I have. Let me rephrase that. Making this series was probably the dumbest plan I've ever heard. I mean, I suspected it was going to be something like that, but even hearing it now, honestly, tells you just how stupid this entire series is. That's the big thing. She's actually doing this to get revenge on Vader. Woman, are you deranged? You have literally been doing to innocent people the very thing that Vader did to you. You have hunted down people, murdered them, killed entire families, slaughtered people. You kidnapped a child and was prepared to torture her. You've been hunting down Vader. You understand me? You've been hunting down Kenobi, sorry, in order to get some kind of promotion with Vader. How did you even know he was alive? Why were you doing it? I mean, common sense would have dictated that, you could have been in that organization and doing everything to undermine everything that is being done so that you didn't end up, helping them. But that's exactly what you done. And all of this thing is bloody meaningless because you trying to tell me you think Vader really doesn't know what you're up to? I literally only met you 5 episodes ago and I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You really think he's going to? It's freaking stupid plan. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And she's all, she don't need his help, Kenobi. Why didn't you stop Anakin? She will get it. I mean, how are you planning to do this? You're not skilled enough. You're not powerful enough. The entire thing doesn't make the slightest bit of sense whatsoever. Because there's no possible way you're going to pull this off. And not to mention the fact that all the god-awful, horrible things you've done, how exactly is this supposed to justify the fact that you want revenge against Vader? So you have literally done horrible things to innocent people because you want this. I mean, Jesus Christ, boy. I tell you, that whole Bruce Willis dead at the end as Sixth Sense thing started to make a lot more sense than this crap. Honestly. Really starting to make more sense than this. So anyway, she doesn't want Kenobi's help. So she decides to start to resume the attack. Now, one thing I will say about this episode. Leia spent the majority of it inside a vent trying to fix whatever problem they were having that were causing the doors to not open. Why would you send that child in there who has no engineering background or capabilities whatsoever? Who knows? I mean, in this story, the women could do anything. You understand me? Once you're female, you're amazing. So they send her in there, and somehow, even while she's in there, she still finds a way to be the most annoying pain in the ass person in this entire series. I don't know how it's possible, but she does. Right? When the facility does get breached and they're all shooting, fighting, all kind of one and the other, Tala gets shot and decides to sacrifice herself with a grenade, tells Kenobi to run, closes the door, and then says, "May the Force be with you," before blowing herself up. I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. That's a pretty badass way to go out, but it doesn't really fix anything whatsoever. Right? So, they realizing now that they can't win. Kenobi decides he's going to surrender himself to Reva, and then he kind of convinces her that, when Vader comes to kill him, he won't see her when she decides to kill himself, right? Meanwhile, while all this is going on, we're getting flashbacks of the lightsaber duel between Anakin and Kenobi, and Kenobi's telling Anakin how, he focuses too much on victory, and that's why he doesn't see what's coming and all of this. So Leia manages to get the door open and, disable whatever little tracking corruption thing it had on the droid, right? Vader comes down, and I must say, they really have Vader rushing around the place a little too much. Normally he takes his time and And with each step, the menacing power of who he is kind of frightens the hell out of him. But now he's just, coming through there. So Kenobi manages to escape from some of these stormtroopers and goes in there. And here's the other stupid part to this. Now, when Vader comes in, the ship is trying to take off, and he stops it using the Force, pulls it down, rips it open. Now, while it's pretty freaking cool seeing him go all Star Killer and, pull down a ship and rip it open and all of this, it turns out that ship is a decoy, and the real ship then takes off. Now, if you are rebels / refugees who barely have anything and trying to escape from the Empire who has hundreds of ships, thousands of troops, all of this, would it not have made more sense, instead of building a second decoy ship, to have used the parts to reinforce the ship that you have so that it could properly fly away and, get out of there safely? You could have just rigged some explosives for when he comes in, and when the explosives go off, he'd have to use the Force to stop the debris from crushing him, thereby giving you plenty of time to get away. But no, let's build a second ship just to have it ripped apart when we could have used those parts to fix the other ship. Common sense in this one is very lacking. So when the other ship takes off now, Reva decides, okay, now is my time. She comes up behind Vader and tries to kill him, but surprise, surprise, he knows exactly what she's doing, who she is, and what she's been planning. Now, as I mentioned before, the lightsaber duel between Kenobi and Anakin in the flashback was probably some of the best I've seen in this entire series. What the hell Reva was doing, I don't know. The only thing that looked cool about it is how easily Darth Vader was using the Force to just deflect her and avoid her. I mean, it looked like she literally just became angry black woman swinging a club. That was it. Pretty stupid. And then, he eventually takes a lightsaber that has two in it, breaks it in half, gives her back one, easily defeats her, and stabs her in the chest. Again. And while she's on the ground there, crunching and whatnot, in walks the Grand Inquisitor. The same Grand Inquisitor who died, who she stabbed through the chest, because apparently getting impaled by a lightsaber now kills nobody anymore. That's some kind of dark side trick, apparently. It doesn't kill anybody to get impaled with a lightsaber. So, Grand Inquisitor comes back in, takes back his position as Grand Inquisitor, and they walk off, leaving her there to suffer and die, because apparently when you stabbed her in the chest as a youngling and she didn't die before, let's do it again this time and not make sure she's actually dead. Right? Let's not make sure she's actually dead. Also, remember that rebel ship I told you about that they could have used the parts on? Well, it turns out the hyperdrive is out. The ship barely clogging along, and the Empire is hot on their trails. So, could I use those parts? But no, let's build a second ship. Idiots. While Reva is on the ground there, crawling around trying to survive, because apparently, this isn't going to kill her, right? She finds a message from Bail Organa to Kenobi that, reveals the fact that Luke Skywalker exists and is on Tatooine. So now, angry black woman who wants revenge on Vader, that makes no freaking sense whatsoever, now knows about Luke's existence. Luke, who they've forgotten about for like 5 episodes, suddenly she knows about Luke now. And this is the same woman who kidnapped Leia to get Kenobi. I don't know, boy. This show making less and less sense with every episode, Just less and less sense. It's like somebody thought this was going to be a good idea, put no common sense into it whatsoever, and just crapped out this shit and figured people were going to be happy with it. I don't know why. So, we have one more episode to go, right? Angry black woman has been stabbed through the chest twice, apparently, and she's still alive. Inquisitor who was impaled, he's alive. Kenobi, Leia, and the rebels are limping along in a ship that they could have, reinforced with the other one, but, whatever. Darth Vader's hot on their trails, and now Angry Black Woman knows the existence of Luke on Tatooine. We could only imagine the colossal shitstorm that's going to come in episode 6. You can only imagine. Well, we will see, because one more episode to go. I don't know, boy. It's just going downhill when they don't even care anymore. Honestly, when they don't even care anymore, that's when it's going bad. Alright, so I will see you all next time for episode 6. Maybe we may finally understand where the hell this is going. I am not pleased. I am not happy. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with this show anymore, honestly with you. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.